because even there are 18, he knows by our belief, he's still responsible.
So the ex-wife in this situation is demanding child support. Even though the kids are over 18, she still wants this man to pay her bills.
Down at the bottom. Ma'am, you're muted and you need to unmute yourself and turn on your video. All right, raise your right hands, please. Do both of you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give here today is the truth, the whole truth, and that but the truth, so help you?
I do, sir.
Yes, I do.
All right, you're both officially under oath, and I'm going to go ahead and let the state, you put your hands down. I'm going to let the state call you as witness. Ma'am, you need to find a spot and stay at that spot, please. Moving around messes with the signal. So at this time, I'm going to go ahead and let the state call you both as witnesses. Obviously, I need to hear from the custodial party why she feels that modification is necessary at this point going forward based on these circumstances. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state first calls Mr. Mabruk. Sir, what is your full name?
My name is Wagdi Mabruk.
And sir, is it correct that you and Miss Mabruk have two children, only one of whom is still a minor?
Yes, ma'am, that's correct.
What are their names, please?
Amina is the older one, and Amira is the younger one, the one that's still on the order.
And sir, for the younger one, when does she graduate from high school?
Well, she's scheduled to graduate this year, which would be, I guess, in June of 2024.
And then her birthday is when, sir?
June 29th of this year, be 18, but she was born in 2006.
And sir, were you able to hear my opening statement to the court before your case?
Before the last case, the prior case, ma'am?
Just now, sir, this summary of what I believe to be the facts.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I did hear that, yes, ma'am. Maybe they don't say 100% of it, but yeah, but it sounds about right.
And sir, as far as your position on this case, is it correct that you were wanting the support for your younger child to remain the same, given how much time is left for her on the case?
Yes, ma'am. I mean, this was ruled a bunch of years ago. I don't know, 17, 18, 16 years ago. And I thought everything was taken care of. I thought it was unfair then, but I lived with it all these years. So I'm kind of surprised that there's any request for any changes now, especially the properties were addressed. She's received.
Sir, I'm sorry. You're going way past the question. Okay, well, the state will flesh this out. But right now, just answer the question and stop. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Will do.
So you heard him say he thought all of this was put behind him. But of course, because modern women are so greedy about things, they always bring something back up because it's not settled to their satisfaction.
And so, Mr. Mabruk, at this time, are you aware of any changes that have occurred since the decree of divorce set the support and addressed the properties you just mentioned?
Maybe I didn't understand the question fully, man. Am I aware of any changes for what?
Changes in circumstances for you, Ms. Mabruk, or your children that have changed anything since the divorce decree that addressed the properties you mentioned?
No, ma'am. I just know that no changes that I'm aware of.
Thank you, sir. Your Honor, I pass this witness.
All right, then, sir, we're still operating under your original divorce decree?
Yes, sir. As far as I know, unless there's something else out there that I'm aware of. But yes, sir.
All right, and what did you do for a living at the time of your divorce, sir?
Well, at that point, I just retired, and I've taken a job. I believe at that point I was working overseas or thereabouts, but I had several jobs since I've retired.
Okay,
And at the same,
I'm sorry, I just want to know about that. And
yeah.
I'm sorry, and what was the amount of child support ordered originally?
There was stipulations there, sir. There was a house involved that she was residing in.
Stop. Again, sir, I don't get the math. Ms. Mongai, what's the current child support obligation, please?
It is $1,350 per month.
Is that with the older child having emancipated, or was that the original amount for both kids?
So that's with the older child having emancipated. Initially, it was $1,687.50.
All right, thank you. All right then, and did this, I got citation in November. Did the state do calc what the current child support would be with the one child remaining?
Sorry, Your Honor, what was that question?
You do a calculation of what the current child support would be technically going forward since with the one child remaining at this time.
Well, Your Honor, it's our understanding that the amount would actually go down, and I apologize, I misspoke. The parties had a modification in 2013, so after the divorce decree, which set these current amounts.
Okay. All right then. Thank you. So at this, okay, thank you. That got my information. Thank you very much, sir. And Ms. Bongard, you can call your next witness, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yeah.
The state calls Ms. Mabruk. Ma'am, what is your full name?
My name is Nashwa Mabruk.
And is it correct, ma'am, that you're the mother of the two girls mentioned in this case by Mr. Mabruk?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you able to hear my opening statement to the court of the disagreements between the three of us?
Yes, ma'am.
And ma'am, was I correct in telling this court that your last order that set Mr. Mabruk's support was the 2013 modification after your divorce decree?
Yes, ma'am.
And so, ma'am, since that modification in 2013, what has changed for your family?
First of all, I'm right now unemployed. When I talked to the mediator between us, I asked if
Okay, ma'am, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I know you're not a lawyer, but here's one of the rules of the Texas law. You cannot tell the court or give any information for anything that was done in mediation or in negotiations dealing with this case. It's considered, the law is that they want, the courts want y'all to negotiate freely, but the court is not allowed to hear about anything that took place in negotiations, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, but when he said he has the property before the marriage, was wrong. No, this
Okay.
is after our marriage.
Okay, well, so the state has not gotten there yet, ma'am. So I'll let the state continue with that information and get that testimony from you. But for right now, just listen to the one question just asked and then answer that question and stop. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, the state may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. And ma'am, when we did the modification in 2013, Mr. Mabruk was the person maintaining your daughter's health and dental coverage, correct?
Yes.
And he's still doing that today?
Yes, ma'am.
And then as far as his income, were you aware of him changing jobs or having a change in income?
Of course, there is no contact. I can't know what his work, what his income. I can't, but I know he can support the kids because even they are 18. He knows by our belief he's still responsible. It's like they turn 18 and
Okay,
he's not
ma'am.
$1 for any.
Ma'am,
for
stop, please. Order in the court.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right, here's the deal, ma'am. Right now, I'm looking at ordering child support. I can only order child support for another technically 3 months. If the child is graduated from high school and is over the age of 18, child support stops in the state of Texas.
Well, Your Honor, she really doesn't care about that. All women care about, all modern women care about, is what's happening to them. You heard she just said, well, I'm unemployed. So the first thing I do, instead of trying to get another job, is I turn to him, knowing that I have no business doing so, and I'm going to try to get more money out of him. Even though I know my kid is grown, I know the law. But in our culture, in our faith, in our religion, he's supposed to continue doing something I know good and well legally he's not supposed to be doing. So I'm hoping that he honors something, even though I'm sitting up here trying to be dishonorable.
I can order child support modification up until then. If the court finds there's been a change of circumstance and it warrants the modification, I can order that modification all the way back to start the first day of December. And that's the first day of the month after both of y'all were served with paperwork. But ma'am, any child support order I do will only go through the 1st of June of this year. That's it. I can't go any further than that because that's all the law requires. So I'm gonna let the state continue. So at best, ma'am, I can modify the child support going forward from today, or I can modify it going backwards. But ma'am, from the 1st of December, but that means it can go down or it can go up, but that's all based on the circumstances, ma'am. So I'll let the state continue with questions. You may proceed, Ms. Bongat.
Thank you, Your Honor. And ma'am, as far as the properties that I mentioned in my opening statement, was I correct in letting the court know that that was something you were wanting considered now?
Yes, ma'am.
As far as you know, ma'am, how long has Mr. Mabruk owned those properties?
Since we've been married.
And when the modification occurred in 2013, do you know if that property or any income was taken into account then?
Say it again, what that mean?
Yes, ma'am. When you did a negotiation or a hearing in 2013 to change support, do you know if the properties or any income from them was considered?
I consider that it will give us more child support to able to live everything getting expensive, and we didn't even ask him for $1 all our life.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, if you don't know the answer to the question, just let us know you don't know. But the question was, when the last child support order was done and the income that was looked at as far as ordering the father to pay you child support, do you know whether or not that the income from the houses or rental property was considered? Do you know?
From the property is supposed to we own house, and the house together I supposed to have that house to refinance it, and they make like equity from this property for this house, but he was so difficult, he didn't even let me refinance, and he get all this money in his interest. He took it back, and I have to live with my kids and start all over again. But like he make me whatever, like all the money.
Well, you're not part of his tribe anymore. So talking about starting over, what do you think that he had to do?
I lost it because he was so hard to give me paper to able to refinance the house under my name, and I have to live with my kids so young and to start all over again and lose everything.
Okay, ma'am, but that again doesn't answer my question, but I'm gonna take it for other circumstances. You don't know one way or the other. My understanding is that you said that property was supposed to be yours by the court order, but you lost it and he took it back, right?
Yes, he took it back, and I lost everything because he wasn't even cooperating to give me the paper and to do the refinance, and it was very hard. I never talked to him.
Ma'am, real fast. Did you have a lawyer?
At that time, I have, yes, 2 lawyers, even lawyer after lawyer.
Okay, just want to make sure. All right, state may ask the next question, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Mabruk, Mr. Mabruk was ordered to make all of his child support payments through the state's disbursement unit, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, at this time, state offers into evidence State's Exhibit 1, the financial activity report in this case.
All right, Mr. and Ms. Mabruk, this is State's Exhibit number 1. This shows what monies have been paid in child support in this case through the state disbursement unit as per the prior order of the court. Is there any legal reason the court should not be able to look at this information and confirm this information at this time, Mr. Mabruk? Any objection to court having this data, sir?
Okay, I'm sorry, what was the question, sir?
The question is, sir, any objection to court having the financial activity report that shows what monies you have paid for child support in this case?
No objection whatsoever, sir.
All right, Ms. Mabruk, is there a legal reason the court should not be able to review this information?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Is there a legal reason the court should not be able to review the information to show what Mr. Mabruk has paid you in child support over the lifetime of this case?
No.
Okay. All right, stage 1's admitted to show what child support has been paid. You may proceed, Ms. Bongat. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Based on that information, Ms. Mabruk, would you agree that there have been several times that Mr. Mabruk has been paid ahead as in there's an excess amount of money received on the case?
No, he didn't pay anything ahead.
Okay. Anything else, ma'am, you wanted the court to consider?
This is what I was saying is just he knows better that he, even with the court, with the law, he's still responsible in front of God. He knows that because they are girls and he knows he obligated to.
We hear you, but this is a court of law. Of law. Modern women always want to bring other things and move the goalpost. He's not legally obligated
to be responsible for them until they get married. Because even girls. So he knows that, and I want to say that I know he's not going to pay anything, but I want to say that to be recorded with you in front of God, and he will be accountable for that later. It's just this is what he believe. I believe, but it's just this is what I want to say. Like he's not even helping them with anything. Like my older one, after she worked hard in high school and she was getting good grade, and she begged him to help her to go to the college. He refused. He didn't help her at all. And I helped with everything. It's just we know.
Ma'am, here's still, ma'am, stop, please. Ma'am, I get it. You're coming at this from a different angle than I'm allowed to come at this case with. My understanding is under your either under your cultural beliefs or your religious belief, the father is responsible for supporting daughters so long as until they're married. But unfortunately, under Texas law, child support is only due and payable until they turn 18 and then graduate from high school. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, that's what the law is for Texas. I know some states allow you or child support through college, but Texas is not one of them. So again, I cannot order child support past this coming June. Based on if your youngest daughter graduates from high school in May, then the child support will have to end in June. The only thing I can modify the child support to, the state is saying right now on their calculations it would go down for the next couple of months. But again, I have not heard testimony of what the current properties the father owns, whether or not he's getting rental income from them, and what his income information is to verify that one way or the other. It sounds like to me you're trying to get child support for a lot longer. And by law, ma'am, I can only give you child support for technically 3 more months of payments. 2 more months of payments, May and June 1. And then after June 1, by Texas law, child support stops. There's no way around that, ma'am.
You said May and June 1? Like one, what that mean? Like 1 more month?
The first day of May and the first day of June, child support will be still due and owed in your case. But after that, it will cease.
Okay, I didn't mean here to get more child support. I'm just I wanna talk to give him a message, because we can talk and a lot of conflict. For just I give him the message, that's it. But he wanna pay or he wanna support them, he can do it. He doesn't want to, he can do it still. That's fine. I just this is my main thing, to give the message in front of you, Judge, in front of God, in front of everybody.
All right, ma'am. Again, I understand where you're coming from on this one, but again, right now, based on what I have here, ma'am, I'm looking at keeping the child support where it is and ordering it for the next 2 months. And by the very last order the court gave prior, it will end with that last child support on June the 1st as being court ordered child support. Anything he does above and beyond that is left up to him, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, Ms. Bongard. Again, I'm looking at, based on this information, just leaving the child support as is. And obviously, if the child graduates at the end of May and turns 18 in June, then the child support ceases in June, as of June the 1st. Anything else, Ms. Bongard?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you very much. Mr. and Ms. Brooke, thank you very much, ma'am. And sir, good luck to both of you and your girls.
Thank you, Judge. So much, sir. Thank you.
We're off the record. Thank you.
One interesting thing that was mentioned here is that she said he was supposed to pay until the daughters got married. In this society, with the way that a lot of these modern women think, they don't want to get married. So I'm wondering if there's an age limit to that religious caveat. Because some of these women will go out and it can be like, oh, I'm religious when I get around my family. I'm religious when I want to be on a special occasion. A lot of people, a lot of times now, they pick up and put down what they want to do. They pick and choose, right? So it might be that I pick up, my dad continues to take care of me until I get married, and I put down maybe some of the more modest dressing, or maybe some of the dietary restrictions and things of that nature, things that you don't necessarily want to do. Maybe you can't listen to a certain type of music. Maybe you can't go to a certain event or events, right? But we're going to put those down so that we can do what we want to do. But now when it comes to daddy, he needs to fulfill his obligation. This is specific to their religion, but we see this across modern dating. We see this across the dating society, the landscape today, that women want men to continue to hold up their end of the bargain. They want men to continue to fulfill a promise, whatever it might be. Even if she broke the promise, even if she broke the vows, well, he should still be a man of his word. He should still be a gentleman. We're going to be out here shaking our behinds, dressing and talking like we want to, but he still needs to be chivalrous. I'm going to sit up here in his face, talk about him like he's garbage, not engaged. I'm going to go to the restroom, record a TikTok for you guys, post a TikTok disrespecting him and saying he's boring. I'm going to call him, oh my God, girl, this is so bad. But then I'm going to go back out there, run up a tab, order 2, 3, 4, 5 drinks, and expect him to pay each and every one of those items on a tab. That's how these modern women do it. You cannot do that. That in the state of Texas, legally is no longer his responsibility. Well, I just wanted to come up here and say before God and say before you, it don't matter. You just wasted the court's time. You wasted his time. You wasted everybody else's time. They could have been prosecuting actual cases, but because he didn't do what you wanted him to do, you tried to drag him up there and you wasted his time. I hope you're happy.
Name one thing that women created. 8 billion people.
Okay, so women certainly helped create 8 billion people. And I don't think anyone's going to argue that women, in fact, do the majority of the heavy lifting when it comes to bringing life into this world. But here's my question. Of those 8 billion people, half of them are men. And there's a lot of women out there that say all men are the same, that it's all men until it's no men. So in regards to creating those 4 billion men, what part did women play in those men turning out the way that they did? At least the ones that so many women are complaining about. Are some of these women going to take responsibility, at least partially, in how they turned out? Or is that something that is going to be passed off to the responsibility of men?
What's up? What is this, a manic episode, girly pop? You doing alright? Oh, fuck. Is this bitch about to yarn her hair?
And now we have some yarn. Whoever you decide to give your hair hat to, I know they're gonna love it.
Alright. Listen, Buffalo Belinda, just one question, just one. Are you fucked? Every day, we stray further from the Lord. And, after that, you are gonna have to put the lotion on the skin, because that shit's itchy as fuck. That has got to be the whitest thing I have ever seen. We ain't ever beaten the allegation. She played It Takes Two one time and said, yarn hair, run with it. This is what happens when you give Wi-Fi access and Pinterest to your local happy house. The eyes never lie. You know she's got that Soul Snatcher 9000, but you're also pretty sure she's gonna pray in man tissue afterwards. You know what I mean? She's a great fucking cooter, I guess. I don't know. Merchant's a bio. Okay, bye. Whoop!
What? What is that? What is that? What is that?
Propaganda I'm not falling for, supporting women even when they're in the wrong just because they're a woman and calling it being a girl's girl. No, that's called enabling. And you're weird.
This also goes for men. This also goes for black people, for Hispanics, for political junkies that support members of their party when they are clearly in the wrong. You are all enablers, and that doesn't actually help whatever group you associate with progress in a positive way. It just prevents the worst individuals in that demographic from being held accountable.
Hear me out. You are a woman, young woman, mid-20s, early 30s. You get married, you're successful, you have children with your husband. You found out that your husband has cheated on you multiple times. You stay with him because you want to save your marriage. You have more children with him, right? You found out he cheats on you again. You stay in that relationship because you want your children to grow up in a two-parent household, right? This is what's going on. Eventually, your husband does not stop cheating, does not stop disrespecting you. So you say, you know what? I'm going to divorce him. You gave it a fighting chance, okay? And then you move on. And you find another man who you like or you love, and that's also a successful man, and you are in a committed relationship with him, and then you have a baby with him. And you're criticized for it. For those of you who are new here, I'm a certified life coach. I specialize in love and relationships, self-development, and finances, and I have been doing so for close to a decade. Those of you who are criticizing Cardi B for having 4 children, 3 of which while she was married, in a marriage that was likely not benefiting her, that she tried to save on numerous occasions, y'all are wild to me because your own mother's got 4 baby fathers. You are on baby daddy number 3. Your homegirls are working on number 5. Like, what are we talking about for real? Before you start pointing a finger at other women, you need to look at yourself. Look at your own habits. I'm not sitting up here and saying I'm a big fan of Cardi B because I don't care either way. But if we're looking at who she is as a woman, for her family, for her children, she did things the way that you are supposed to do things. She did things the right way. Regardless of what you think about her music, regardless of what you think about her as a person. And a lot of y'all have problems with this because you could never. You have never. You've never done anything in the way that is going to truly benefit you. You've never done anything in the way that has been for your best. You do things based on how you feel, and then you end up regretting it later. Because I'm convinced that you want her to be a baby mother. Now, would it have been more ideal for her to have gotten married again and then had a baby if she wants to have another baby? Of course it is. But she did that already. And it didn't work. Some of y'all will never get a man to say, I want to be in a relationship with you. I want you to have my child and raise that child with you, much less have a man that will marry you. It's so funny how women get critiqued for doing the right thing, or at least trying their best to do the right thing and to give their children the best possible chance. I have seen y'all praise women who had children and then put them in the system because they couldn't take care of them, because they made poor decisions in who they allowed to impregnate them. And I see y'all want to start GoFundMes and this and that for all these type of women because you feel sorry for them. But the woman who actually tried her best to do it the right way is getting criticized. What type of world do we live in? Stay safe.
Somebody in the comments said you left out the part where she is still married and her quote-unquote boyfriend, which I have not heard him confirm that he is yet. She's the only one saying they are happy and in a relationship. Did in fact have 2 children by 2 other women last year alone. We are digressing as a society. Yeah, she's still married to her husband, and she was out there messing around. And he is too, to be fair, he is too, right? But if we're talking about she's being upstanding, she's actually not. She's out here messing around. And like they said, Stephon Diggs is not messing around with you like that. He's just trying to crack. We know that. Even before Cardi B came along, Stephon Diggs, he's been doing this type of stuff. So I get where you're coming from, but no.
Brother, the way we would have been made fun of for crying during a fucking wall sit, you would have had to switch programs. Anyone saying this is you probably have a fucking closet full of participation trophies and a father with the testosterone of a fucking teenage girl. If I cried during wall sits, told my dad I'm not going back, he'd be like, listen, you better stop being a fucking, okay? You're going back next week, so figure it out. And all was right with the world back then. So, fuck this kid. Grow a pair, buddy. Life's gonna smack you in the mouth.
Darn near dead. Darn near dead. Screaming, hollering, angry, about to cuss the coach out. Still running that track, one more lap, holding the side. You know, for like the first 2 laps or so, however it was, we lost count. It was cool because the girls was out there. And it was, oh man, we out in front of the girls. Let me go. I mean, they not coming for me anyway, but let me go ahead and just stick my chest out and jog, you know, football guy, you know. I know we ran a mile. I think it ended up being like 2 miles or something like that we ran. But we didn't know. I think it was the element of him just continuing to tell us to run. Like he would say run. He was upset is what he was. And he told us as much. Like I think we were talking or something like that and not listening. So he said, all right, we're going to get up and we're going to go run on the track. And so we did. And he said, just run till I tell you to stop. Until I tell you to stop. He just kept running. And like I said, we used all our energy on like that first lap. I now remember why I was tired. Me and my brother, we out there clowning around is what we were doing. We were clowning around on that track. Running in front of each other, slowing down, you know, back and forth. Oh, I'm running fast. He running full speed. By about that first lap and a half, we were done. And then we still had to run like 6.5, 7 laps. Yeah. We cussed the coach out. We tried to multiple times. Said, I think we were in high school. Told the coach, oh man, I ain't gonna take that. I think I was a junior. Oh, I ain't gonna take this no more. I think I was a senior is what it was. I quit. Went home, came back the next day. Somehow we stayed on the team. I'm not sure how that happened. I think my dad talked to the coach or talked to us, and coach wouldn't let us quit. So, yeah, appreciate you, coach, but I didn't want to be there.
Is being a single mother worse than being with the wrong man?
Oh,
You're going to step on some toes, but you got to answer the question.
being a single mother is worse because
explain.
I can always get rid of a man.
Can't
Being
get
a
rid of
single
that
mother
seed,
is for
child.
life. And it changes some things. Now, this is the thing. Most single mothers are single mothers by accident and not by choice. There are women that choose to be single moms,
Right.
and they choose to have night nurses and nannies and help and family, and they can afford to have a baby where they're not stressed out working 3 jobs trying to keep the lights on. That is a completely different situation than women that get baby mamaed left and right by all these different dudes because they're using sex to get love,
Yeah,
not using any
practically.
contraceptives, and now instead of getting love, they're getting a baby. Now, this is the thing too. What if you get married and you did all the right things and then you end up divorced or widowed and now you're a single mom? Like nobody can predict the way that life is going to go. And I'm very clear on that. We cannot predict anything. But what I do know is you can limit the amount of negative actions that you could possibly have by making better choices.
Right.
Letting men do whatever they want with you. Being a promiscuous woman, if you are promiscuous, that is your fault. If you are getting pregnant by multiple men, that is your fault. We as women need to take power over our own bodies and understand that if we get pregnant, it is our fault. And we could say, well, that it takes 2 to tango. Imagine what would happen if you took accountability for your own body.
I mean, you know,
just imagine.
It's a self-love factor. A lot of people don't love themselves as much as they think they do.
That is the issue. Statistically speaking, 2 out of 3 people have low self-esteem, right? Statistically speaking, only 4% of women actually identify with themselves as beautiful, right? When you start looking at the statistics, it's like, we're kind of messed up. Did you know that 67% of people, y'all hear this? 67% of people don't think that anyone would care if they died. If they died. Which means 7 out of 10 people don't think they matter. 7 out of 10 people question their purpose. Why am I here? Am I important? Am I enough? Am I significant? Am I powerful? And so when you start looking at the statistics of people, you understand why women are using sex to get love. And now men subsequently are using love to get sex.
Right.
And it never goes well.
Ever feel guilty for having to walk away from the good guy just
Between the intro and the title, we're off to a really rocky start.
because he's a good guy, just because he's a gentleman, just because he treats you well, just because he's generous, just because he's successful and he's nice and all of those things? That's not a reason alone to choose him.
This bitch just described a super nigga. They don't even exist, and that's not even enough. Houston, we lost all communication with the female body. So it doesn't matter if you treat her nice, you're respectful, you're successful, you're a gentleman. None of that is enough for her to choose you.
could be a good guy, but that doesn't mean that he is good enough for you.
If that isn't good enough for her, what the fuck is? And there's something about the cadence in her voice that leaves me to believe that she's never gonna answer that question at any point in time in this video. This bitch wasting our time.
That doesn't mean that he is right for you, and you should not have to compromise on your standards or your non-negotiables because he's a good guy.
I've been searching high and low. What compromise are you fucking talking about? How do you compromise with a perfect nigga? That doesn't make any sense. If being an all-around nigga is not her standard, only God knows what her standard could possibly be. What the fuck is it? When I tell you their brains are fried from all this social media shit, I really mean it. There's no way she believes that that man is not even qualified to get chosen. Fellas, we reached a point where being all that you can possibly be is not even good enough. Now you gotta be a super nigga. Not only do you have to be a good guy, you also gotta play the fucking piano, your hair gotta be long, you gotta have 2 beach houses, they gotta be 10 inches or longer, you have to speak 4 languages, you have to know how to fly a plane, you have to be well traveled, no kids, and you have to graduate from an Ivy League school to qualify for these women nowadays. Because being a good guy just isn't fucking enough.
Men should already be good men. They should already have character traits that are suitable for your relationship. They should already be chivalrous. They should already be generous. They should already have success in their life. They should already have these characteristics as a decent human being. That is not a reason to choose.
If that's the standard for men, I really wonder what the fucking standard for women is. You know what? Two can play this game. Fellas, moving forward, she should know how to cook and clean. She should fuck like a corn star. She should not be for the streets. She should also be loyal. She should not talk back. She should be very submissive. She should dress well, have great hygiene, make lots of money, and she got to be like in the top 10% of attractiveness. And even then, that's not a reason to choose her because you shouldn't compromise on your standards and preferences.
And we really need to stop putting these men on a pedestal because they're nice, because they're good men, because they're generous. Like, they should already be that way.
Get the fuck on. I've had enough. I don't want to hear this shit no more. No one can convince me that this woman is not missing a chromosome. And I can assure you, the only time she's ever run into a man like that is in her fucking dreams. And even then, she couldn't have him. These hoes be delusional as fuck. But you know what, ladies? If y'all think this is good advice, be my guest. Go ahead and take it. Let me know how it goes for you. And like any other video, I know y'all ain't gonna listen to me. I'm just a normal guy. Y'all keep the change.
I can help you talk to somebody.
He didn't use his turn signal!
Man, can I please call you an ambulance? Do you have any thoughts of harming yourself?
Where the fuck is he?
Who are you calling?
Shut the fuck up!
Okay. If you keep calling 911, you could be shot. It's not.
I am getting harassed! People are breaking the law!
It's not on the line again. You can hang up.
So what the fuck are they being retarded for? Don't they need to do what the fuck I say now?
Oh my gosh. What is up with... Susan, you forgot to take your meds. You left your meds at home. That's what you did, girl. I know you did. You need to take your meds. You really do. Like, I don't know how the officer did it. I don't know how, like, dude's got more patience than dude's got way more patience than an ER doctor on a busy Saturday night. I'm gonna tell you what. Because I will tell you right now, I could never be in his shoes. I could never be an officer. I'd be one of those officers that would lose my patience, knock her the hell out, and freaking have her arrested just for yelling like that. But I know I'll get fired. Nah, it's really sad though. The dude's got so much empathy for her. He was like, oh my God, something wrong with you, lady. We need to call an ambulance. This isn't okay. Whatever it is you are going through, we will help you. But for the love of all that is holy, let us call that ambulance.
Look, what you got against kids, bitch? Look, y'all, let me a story going. Look, this bitch looked at me and said I'm cute. She mad because I got a kid. Now she being mean. Bitch, you mad I got a kid? Like, you a weirdo. Like, why you say something to me? Why did you say I'm cute? This bitch basically said...
So first and foremost, that girl is really beautiful. I'm glad that she kept it classy and cute and is just sitting in her chair. But men, please not do that. Let's not do that. I find it very crazy that guys always want women to be sweet, soft, and docile. But how are women supposed to do that in a generation of some men who act chaotic and crazy and like pit bulls? We don't need Ike Turner energy. We don't need men being aggressive with us. And I know there's gonna be like men, oh, well, there's women that this video is about a man being aggressive with a woman. Let's stay on topic. Yeah, I always defend men, so I don't understand why you get upset when I'm talking about a specific video. If it doesn't fly or apply, let it fly. This video bothers me because if you have kids, not everybody's gonna like you. I'm letting you know that now. I don't know what it is with people with kids who have a fucking stroke when people don't want them. You should have known that before busting it wide into people's fucking creamery special without thinking twice. A lot of you guys need to pay attention to the people you have kids with, because look what happens. A lot of people don't want somebody with kids. Do you think somebody who has no kids is gonna choose you first out of somebody who doesn't have kids? Dun, 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 dun. Don't answer too fast now. Exactly. Most people are going to want somebody without kids. It comes with too much problems, too much baggage, and too much drama. In all honesty, if you're not with the baby mama, I can see why. That crazy psychotic personality you have is never going to fly in any relationship. The fact that you have a kid and you act like that kind of scares me. I pray you don't have a daughter. Men don't do that. Women don't do this. I really feel like if somebody tells you, hey, I don't like that, there's no need to spaz out. Imagine watching me in a video and a guy saying, oh, I don't really like girls with tattoos. And I'm like, well, why did you say you like my tattoos? Why did you say you like my tattoos? And now I'm going to fuck him up. I'm going to act crazy. You're going to be like, Taylor, relax. It's not that serious. We all have preferences. We can't tell whether you have kids or not, but I can say you're cute. Why don't you guys learn to just take a compliment and let it just go? That's it. Never make things more than it is until somebody lets you know that. A lot of you guys get in your emotions a little too much, and anger is an emotion. I don't understand what is the point of popping off and getting crazy over what and then recording her. How could you record somebody when you're wrong? How can you sit here and think you're going to get a world star moment when you're wrong? Are you all right? I can see why you had kids out of wedlock. Brain not there.
Yeah, that's weird. I got to agree with it. That's weird. You need to pack it up and go home, doc.
These kids think they got ops, but the real op is their mother. She is the one that allowed dysfunction to run wild within the community and do nothing about it. Not only does she do nothing about it, but she encourages it. She's the one that keeps your father out of your household, and not to mention turn you against your father, and work with the government so that he stays away. She's the one that supports all the toxic policies that is not advantageous to your future or to the Black community, and not to mention she is the one that allow you guys to keep being buried. And it's to the point where I'm thinking you guys must want to keep burying your children, because at the rate that we're going, that's what's going to keep happening. It's to the point that you're starting to have to bury your daughters too. And if you don't have to bury your daughters are just going to raise more dysfunctional boys and girls that would get buried as well. It is dysfunctional. And y'all want to act like this is normal. It is not. It is barbaric. It's animalistic. It is disgusting. And it's just flat out dysfunctional. I don't understand what y'all are not getting about this. Y'all need to step up and be the example for your children, or you might as well just go get insurance policies, bury them, and then go buy your Gucci, Louis, Prada, your teeth, or get your body done, whatever it is that y'all like to do, the things that you guys value more than your children and more than their safety. This is alarming, and as long as y'all keep making excuses and allowing it, nothing would change, okay? And y'all got the nerve to be calling yourself queens. It is disgusting. Y'all keep playing stupid if you want to, but understand this. You play stupid games, you win stupid freaking prizes.
Craziest thing you did to get back at a man that hurt you. Ooh. These are some pretty insane comments. Ooh. This girl said, he went to jail and I booked every single visit so he couldn't get visited for one straight year.
No way. That's good.
Found his dad on Tinder.
Oh,
He told me his parents recently got divorced. Slept with his dad, sent him a photo and blocked him before he got a chance to respond.
Women can be very evil. Very vindictive, very spiteful, very vengeful. If you break up with them, just know that no more Mr. Nice Guy from them.
Unfortunately, that's true. A lot of these modern women, they don't take rejection gracefully like they say they do. They do just the opposite. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what you say. If they feel like you have wronged them in some way, even if you bring up, hey, well, didn't you do this to me? Doesn't matter. It's not the same. You're the bad guy here. Let's not change the rules.
So many men want to tell women, I bring home a paycheck. I shouldn't have to do anything else. That's my job. Men work. Men provide. Fine. If you don't want to be treated like just a paycheck, then you need to be more than just a paycheck. Men really pigeonhole themselves when they sit here and they tell women, I work, I bring home the money. Why are you asking me to do more around the house?
A lot of men already do a lot around the house. The problem is these men will bring home a paycheck and it counts as like nothing. He's still expected to do just as much as she does, even if she doesn't work. And that's where it's not fair, because he's doing significantly more. And some ladies act like bringing home the paycheck is just bare minimum. It's the reason why you have a house to live in, why you have groceries, how you have the electricity and the water and the gas. It doesn't matter how much you clean and cook, you won't be able to have anything to clean and cook without his paycheck. And men just don't work. That's not all they do. Also have to absorb the stress of job security. He loses his job, you guys are in big trouble. Also, men work more dangerous jobs, more physical labor jobs. His body has to be ready for that. It's not just like a little walk in the park. His body is sore. And pretending that what he does is easy or not enough is completely dismissing all of the sacrifices he makes, probably working a job he doesn't like. Because a lot of ladies do work something they semi-like. If they don't, they'll quit the job and go find one that pays less as long as they enjoy it more. Men often don't have that same privilege. They have to work what pays the best, even if they hate it with a passion.
So I just saw that video of those girls filming their friend at the seafood boil spot, and baby, it was messy. The friend didn't bring any money, so she just sat there with no food while they recorded her. Now, let's be clear, homegirl should have had some money.
So here's my first question. How do y'all expect men to buy you food when you won't even pay for your homegirl to eat? See, this is a fundamental difference between men and women. See, if the homies go out together to hang out or whatever, regardless of whether we went to the club or whether we went to get something to eat, doesn't really matter. If one of us don't got enough money or no money at all, we're not going to embarrass that man. We're going to chip in to make sure he gets something to eat too, or to make sure he can get in the club. I told y'all, chicks don't really like each other.
I would say it depends. I mean, if you have this one dude that's always bumming off of somebody, then you probably, hey man, nah, you can't come with us, bro. That's probably what they say. But I don't know if you would try to embarrass a dude. I don't know if you'd, record a video. Maybe there's some dudes out there, but I don't know if I've ever seen that. I really haven't ever even seen this, where a woman records women recording their friend and trying to embarrass them because they don't have any money. That's weird. If people are doing that, you need to get you a new set of friends.